In order to use an action word or a basic word after an indicator, you must use the object of action. It is formed by adding ing at the end of the action word or basic word that comes right after the indicator. I will call you after arriving at the office. Affirmative construction. She returned home after visiting her grandmother. She should punish him for writing on the walls. He has congratulated me for voting in the elections. You must stop them from smoking in the room. They had taught me about traveling to the US. Remember, you always need to use the object of action after an indicator. Since there are no exceptions, the most common indicators that you can use for this type of construction are before, after, for, in, with, without, about, it, if, on, by. You can also use the object of action afterwards, such as when to reduce complementary construction. Examples with complementary construction. We will dance when we arrive at the party. Reduced form with object of action. We will dance when we arrive at the party. Let's see some examples of objects of action after an indicator with different constructions. Affirmative construction. Most people believe in keeping long-term relationships. Negative construction. Men and women can't be friends without getting romantically involved. Interrogative construction. Simple question. Would you dare to keep in contact with a person after causing him or her heartbreak? Do you dare to marry someone without being in love with him or her? Interrogative construction. General question: how would you feel about knowing that your best friend fell for you? Interrogative construction, expansion question. Then, how do you feel after ending it? After discussing this matter, it is possible to conclude that the question that people have wondered about for a very long time and still wonder about to this day will probably remain the same for generations to come. As folks will continue to ask themselves, can men and women really be just friends? Old friends meeting at the Reader's Corner. Relationships between men and women have always been a matter of confusion for members of both genders. With the passing of time, a relationship can bring us a lot of joy, glee, and laughter, but it can also be the cause of plenty of heartache, heartbreak, and tears. Now, when talking about platonic friendships between men and women, there's one film that tells us all we need to know about this type of relationship. The movie is director Rob Reiner's ode to male and female friendship. Properly named When Harry Met Sally, the movie stars Billy Crystal as Harry Burns in a role that marked his transition from TV star to movies. Leading man and Meg Ryan as Sally Albright in a role that gave her the title of Queen of the Romantic Comedies. The film, which premiered back in 1989, had as its main theme the fact that men and women cannot be friends without getting romantically involved. The characters kept meeting at unexpected times and in unexpected places until they became friends and finally fell in love with each other after having a platonic relationship for over 10 years. The theme is so explicit in the film that the character played by Crystal even speaks about the fact that men and women can't be legitimate friends. As shown in the line that follows. What I'm saying is, and this is not a comment in any way, shape or form, that men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way. Now whether Harry is right or not, that's not for us to decide. But what we can dare to say is that the theory that states that platonic friendships between men and women cannot exist has become solidified by failed wannabe friendships between both genders all over the world. But as every theory has its detractors, there are enough people who have been able to establish and keep such platonic friendships. New words and elements. Listen to the words and their respective definitions in order to know their meaning. Then listen to the words again and repeat them. Action qualifier. Properly. Correctly or in a right way. Properly. Qualifiers. Platonic. A platonic relationship or emotion is affectionate but not romantic. Platonic. Unexpected. Coming without warning, surprising. Unexpected. Legitimate. Authentic, genuine. Legitimate. Wannabe. When something or someone pretends to be something which is not. Wannabe. Action words. To star. To star, to play the leading role in a theatrical or film production. To star. To premiere. When a movie, play or any other type of entertainment has its first public performance or appearance. To premiere. To be involved. To be in a close relationship with someone. To be involved. To dare. To have the courage to do something. To dare. To establish. To start something that will continue for a long time. To establish. To wonder. To think or speculate curiously. To wonder. To remain. To continue in the same state. To remain. Objects. The relationship. An emotional or other connection between people. The relationship. The gender. The condition of being female or male sex. The gender. The joy. A state of happiness or felicity. The joy. The glee. Happiness, excitement, or pleasure. The glee. The laughter. The act or sound of laughing. The laughter. The heartache. Feeling of great sadness. The heartache. The heartbreak. Feeling great sadness or disappointment. The heartbreak. The tears. Drops of salty liquid which flow from the eye because of strong emotion, especially unhappiness or pain. The tears. The friendship. When two or more people are friends. The friendship. The type. A thing that has the features of a group or a class. The type. The ode. A work of art about a particular person or subject that can be taken as a tribute to them. The ode. The transition passage from one form, state, style, or place to another. The transition. The leading man. The actor who has the most important part in a play or film. The leading man. The queen. A woman or something personified as a woman that is foremost or important in any respect. A movie queen. A beauty queen, the queen. The characters. People who act in a film or play. The characters. The shape. The form of something. The shape. The folks. A group of people or people in general. The folks. Idiomatic expressions. A compliment. Our remark shows someone that you are romantically interested in them. A compliment. In the way. When something or someone obstructs, prevents, or stops from taking place or happening. In the way. Structure practice. Why are you worried about seeing her again? Now, practice the object of action after an indicator with the following conversation. Are you interested in going to see the movie premiere? No, I'm not really interested in going to see it. I have a good reason for not being there. What is the reason you have for not being there? Mary, my ex-girlfriend, is thinking of attending the premiere too, so I am not very excited about bumping into her. Why are you worried about seeing her again? Because she insisted on getting engaged to me and I don't dream of getting married yet. So I just don't feel like seeing her. You should talk to her about having a good friendship. I don't think men and women can keep a friendship after having a romantic relationship. Well, you ought to think of having a platonic friendship with her. I don't believe in establishing a relationship with her where the romantic part is always going to get in the way. She might not be very happy about seeing you after all. That is because I think I am not good at keeping a relationship without causing heartache to the other person. And I think you should go and apologize for hurting her and being the cause of all those tears instead of staying here behaving like a heartbreaker wannabe. Okay, I'll go, but before I must think of preparing myself for the unexpected. I wonder how she didn't get tired of being involved with you.